with so much going on in the world, I get a lot of questions about, is it a good time to purchase a home right now? And there is like the CARES Act, the CARES program that's actually going to be ending at the end of the year. There's still massive unemployment. The people on mortgage assistance is still huge. So it's kind of like an iffy time in this economy, in this world right now. But we do have people who want to go purchase a home, and I really just, we talk it through, but I get a lot of people asking me that question, is it a good time to purchase? Like, the economy is not really stable as of right now, but there's a lot of things that I take into consideration, and especially for first-time home buyers, you have to like really weigh it all out. But when you think about it though, as a first-time home buyer, you aren't going to go flip this house. This is going to be a long-term loan. It's not like you are an investor, like looking for the best rates, looking for the homes that are going to make it affordable for you to have a return every month. No, this is going to be your baby. It's like you are going in and purchasing a home that's going to be long-term for your family, right? So the economy is iffy, but with the low rates, it makes it where it's affordable for you to actually get into a home and have it within your range of your monthly budget. So you're going to get a higher mortgage loan, and it's going to be at a lower interest rate, and you're going to be able to afford it a lot better than if you had a higher interest rate in that same, like a $400,000 loan, and a higher interest rate is going to put it out of your budget. So the lower interest rates are making a huge impact, and they are at historically low levels, like low rates right now. So it makes it really good for you to get into something and lock it in for 30 years, right? Even like with the refi, I know the refinances, like before a 4.5, 4.25% was a good rate, a few years ago. But now you're looking at 3% and even lower, 2.9%, 2.94 was one that a client of mine recently got for a refi. And that's like almost slashing it in half. So it does change how much you're actually paying on that 30-year loan. So with the shortage of housing, there is also an increase that has been happening. Been watching some stuff, and it has been, things are kind of steadying out. They're leveling out as of right now from what I've seen. But, there are still like huge demands for homes. So homes are not even staying on the market long. Some are selling before they even hit the market. So the big concern that I've seen a lot of people have is, what if the economy fails? I just purchased a home and the value of the home goes down. And when you're thinking about the long term and not really like, oh my gosh, I just, I have a $400,000 loan and now my house is only worth $360, and that's really the value dropping because of the economy. It could happen. Like, we don't know what's going to be happening within the next 18 months. We have no clue what's going to happen when all these programs stop for people and the housing industry. We have no clue what's going to happen. There are a lot of different studies that say everything is just going to go down as it did before, but then there's studies that are saying it might just level out, So what I would highly consider is just really going through and reevaluating, like, this is for the long run. It's 30 years. It's not like you're trying to sell the house in a year or two. And the value of the house may drop, but values of houses typically go up and appreciate, not depreciate. So the economy may go down, but you're going to be there for 30 years. And that's why I like you guys to really consider, you're going to be there for a while. So even if the value does drop, you have to go back and look and say, okay, the value has dropped, but it will go back up. And then hopefully it goes up even higher than what you purchased it for. Let's see. So it's basically being rebuilt over time. So what I'm saying is, I personally think it's a great time to buy. I really liked being able to lock in a rate and pay less interest on a 30-year loan than you could have had any other time. Like super historical rates right now. And I think even for refis, it's a very low rate. So just overall, I think it's a perfect time to buy, lock in that rate for the next 30 years, regardless of if the economy goes up or down, you're still going to have that rate, especially if you have, make sure the loan is fixed, the rate is fixed. So it doesn't change. But just overall, you're locking in that rate and you're getting this house that you and your family can have forever. That's awesome. So if you haven't already heard, I am diving into a lot of this content and a lot of different topics about first-time home buyers, about home buyers assistance programs, about financial matters, period, on my YouTube page. So when you get the chance, or just do it right now, I'm going to drop a link in the comments. Join my YouTube page. Check out all this other financial stuff that I have going on. And I hope this helps you. So if you have any questions, also drop them, below, and tell me, how do you feel? Because I get a lot of people that are just like, I'm scared to buy. But I get other people that are like, girl, it's time to buy right now. So drop your thoughts on if it's a good time to buy or not in the comments. And I'll see you guys later. Have a good day.